Hi Virgo, this is Teresa from Tarot by T. So I'm getting ready to do your February Love TarotScope. This month we have a new moon in Aquarius at the beginning of the month, either the January 31st, the night of January 31st, or the early morning of February 1st. And then Mercury, which has been retrograde for the past 3 weeks, is going direct on the 3rd. And then we have a full moon in Leo on the 16th. And at the same time, Mars and Venus are coming together in Capricorn. So this should be an interesting month for love. Whoa! Cards are flying around. So let's see where what the cards have to say about your relationships for February. And then we'll get into the astrology later. Okay. So what does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of February 2022? 2-2-2-2. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for February 2022? What is coming up for Virgo? The Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Empress, the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Page of Wands. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. You have a lot of knights around you. Okay, so let's see. So the Nine of Cups is a great card because it means yes. It's a yes. It's a big yes from the universe. Yes, you can have love this month. Yes, you can get your wishes fulfilled this month. It's more of a sensual yes than a... but in any case, it's more like, everything I want physically, in this physical world, everything I want to manifest, I can achieve it. The only thing that's stopping you from achieving your wishes is this Five of Pentacles card. And that's the energy of someone who feels like lonely, depressed, maybe you're struggling financially, or you feel like it's like a card of isolation. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not part of the crowd. It's a sense of like, I don't fit in, or I won't be accepted. So I think it's more of an internal thing that you're going through, where you have to have more faith in yourself, more, value yourself more, and realize that you are worthy of love, that you are a divine being, and there's no reason why you can't find love like everyone else. You are, there's nothing. So it might be a mindset that you have to overcome, that I'm not good enough, I have nothing to offer, I won't be accepted by the people I want to connect with. So you might be it might be, if you're feeling that way, it would be a good idea to go to counseling or something so you could work out those feelings and to feel more confident. Now, the other way that this card could represent is that you are taking care of someone who's going through a difficult time. Someone could be in your life that's struggling, either mentally, financially. They're wounded. If this person has like a wound that needs to be healed. And I don't know, for some reason I feel like it's your wound, and you have the potential to connect with someone that can help you heal that wound and to get rid of that feeling of I'm not good enough, or I won't be accepted. I just feel that that's the potential this month to overcome that feeling. Nine of Pentacles is in the past, and the Ten of Pentacles. So I don't see you as being financially unstable, although this is a general reading, so some of you might feel that. But the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, this is financial security. So 9 means I've worked hard for what I have, and so I feel safe, I feel comfortable. So maybe financially you might be helping someone through a difficult time. Maybe someone's depending on you financially for assistance because they're going through something difficult and they need to be healed. They need healing. They need help. Because this is a card of, giving help to someone who's almost homeless in a way. Like they're just out there alone. Ten of Pentacles is a card of, it's the wealth card. You may have had relationships in the past where you felt secure. You're with someone that was there for you, took care of you. But I feel that, and you want that again. So if you're not with someone, but you have a good job, you have a roof over your head, if that's you, and you're not with someone, you're going to start to feel lonely. I think this card could also be like a loneliness card. Like, not, especially with COVID, we haven't really been socializing for the past 2 years, So a lot of people have been feeling that sense of isolation, that depression. That's what this could be too, like a depression. You're going to feel like, what good is having all this material success if I have no one to share it with? I want to share my life with someone. And you might be thinking, someone might be coming back into your life. I see several people actually. The Knight of Swords energy and the Knight of Pentacles, and then you have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Swords, first we'll talk about this person. This is someone who does things without thinking. They react. They don't plan ahead. They jump into things. They're always looking to fight, And so I think that there's someone in your life that maybe took action without thinking about the consequences. And now they're feeling a sense of regret or guilt. Because this is a card who has a lot of mental stress. Someone who's under a lot of stress mentally. Worried about the future. Worried about their health. You might be worried about someone's health. But there's also a sense of guilt connected with, because I think this person did something hasty and wasn't really thinking it through. And now they have this sense of remorse or guilt, maybe I shouldn't have jumped into this. Because the Knight of Swords energy is, you could be dealing with someone who's a little bit on the selfish side, they don't think about how their actions affect others. They just do things, and they're not intentionally trying to hurt anyone, but somehow people get hurt because they're obtuse, they're insensitive. They're not aware of how, the connections, how other people perceive them or how their actions affect other people, like I said. So there could be someone going in your life that maybe you were connected with that's having some regret or remorse about some action that they took hastily without thinking. And they don't know what to do about it. They're just dwelling on it. They're mentally ruminating. You have the Empress card here. And this is in your negative thinking sector. So the Empress is like the mother card. So I feel like maybe there was a relationship where you were really mothering someone, but it became kind of toxic because more like a codependent kind of thing, because you have this Devil card here. And the Devil card is, you could have been dealing with someone that had addiction problems, whether it was drugs or alcohol or even just someone who was just too attached to you or too dependent on you. It may not, even if it's not the drug thing, it's something where you were always there, you're always taking care of everything. And this person is, really, really not taking care of themselves, not just depending on you for everything. And it could have been like a little bit of, a toxic kind of relationship where it was hard to break free. You want to break free. And this person, there could have even been mental issues. So I'm getting the feeling like someone was going through some kind of mental problem. But yet you were there as the Empress, trying to take care of this person, be the mother. So I don't know. This person might come back into your life in the future. You might have to decide, do I want to deal with this person again? That's one scenario. You have, in the environment, you have this Knight of Pentacles. That could be your energy because you're a Virgo. the Virgo energy is, you're the kind of person that you're very, you take things one day at a time. You don't jump in. You're not really the reckless type. But somehow you attract these types, these people that are more trouble than they're worth. This person's like got a lot of anger issues. I feel like the Knight of Swords energy. Like, look at all the red in this card, and there's red in his eyes and his face. Like, he's just always fighting. Everything's a battle with this guy or this person. It could be male or female. And you're like the calm in the storm. You're the oasis in the desert. You're the lighthouse. And you attract people like that are troubled. And they come to you for, they admire your calmness and your peace. And they wish they could have that. They don't want to know what your secret is. And you're and you're like, well, I'm here for you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to take care of you. But you also have to take care of yourself. You have to watch with this devil that you don't get so involved in other people's problems that you lose yourself in the relationship. So I feel like this Knight is your energy. It could be another earth sign that's in your periphery, that's in your environment, that maybe wants to come in. And then there's this Knight of Wands energy. So I feel like there could be several people that are interested in you, and you have more than one choice. But you're going to have to, I feel like you're going to hear from more than one person, and you have to take your time to think about who is the right person for you. And, you don't want any toxic relationships. So you may have to put up some boundaries. I mean, you can be friends with someone and help them out, but don't become, the end-all, be-all for this person. Let them solve some of their problems. Let them figure things out for themselves. This Knight of Wands energy, this could be a fire sign or someone who has fire in their chart. He could be more of a player, someone who's always on the go, very adventurous, someone who likes to travel. Sometimes this Knight can be someone who promises a lot but doesn't deliver. He's a lot of fun, he or she is a lot of fun. I'm saying he because it's the Knight, but it could be any sex. The Knight's a lot of fun when they're in town. Like, here, I'm here, let's go out, let's do this. They call you. And then they're gone. They're here today, gone tomorrow. They go, oh, yeah, I'll call you next week, and then they never call you. Or we have to get together, I'll give you a call, and then you don't hear from them. Or let's do that. They have all these plans, they're all talk, but they're not that reliable. So I feel like, but I feel like you might hear from this person. You have the Page of Wands. So you're going to be hearing from people this month. And then it's going to be up to you to decide if you want to reconnect or you want to connect at all. Now, you could be, if you're just interested in going out and having fun, this Knight might be the person. I feel, though, that this Knight of Swords, now this person could be an air sign, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like they've learned their lesson, or they want to make amends. So they may call or contact you because they have regret and they feel guilty and they just want to reconnect. So I feel like there's a strong connection here with the devil, but there's also a kind of a caution that you may get involved more than you need to, or it might be an attachment that's hard to break free from. So be careful. I know that you might feel like, well, I'm secure and financially, and I have a good job and whatever, and I just want to share my life with someone. But be discerning this month of who you let in to your circle, because you don't want people who are going to drain you. You want to help people, but you don't want to become, you don't want people being too dependent on you where they can't solve their own problems or they're starting to drain your energy. So just be aware of that. Be careful of that this month. Let's see. Oh, before I get to the astrology, I want to see what the message of the angels. I have these angel cards that I thought would be nice to add to the reading, especially since it's Valentine's Day, and I love the heart shape of these cards. So let's see what what message the angels have for you this month. Forgiveness. Holding on to a past hurt is preventing you from moving forward and achieving your heart's desires. Let it go. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone another's actions. It simply means that you are no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so you will reclaim the joy of life. So you may have to forgive someone this month. Someone comes back because they're feeling guilty of the way they treated you or how they acted in a relationship. I feel like that's a potential possibility that you may hear from an old lover. And it may feel like Nine of Cups. Maybe you've been waiting for this apology for a long time. Like, and so you're going to get your wish. If you're waiting for someone to see the error of their ways or to apologize or to feel guilty, you may get your wish. They may reach out. But you're going to have to really think twice about whether you want to reconnect, because there could be some toxic elements there that need to be resolved before you take this person back. But again, forgiveness, if you've been dwelling on it and thinking like, this person did me wrong and whatever, then you're only eating your own poison, So you really do need to release the anger and forgive, and then just let it go. And that will give you peace too. And that will allow you to when you let go of the past, you make room for the new to come in. So I feel like there's some past issue that needs to be resolved. Maybe you had, a really good connection and you thought the relationship was secure, and then something happened and it all blew up. And you were the giving one, the nurturer. Well, I feel like there's stuff that needs to be resolved that can get resolved this month, because someone's gonna reach out and want to reconnect, to talk things out. Maybe you could come to some type of closure and some type of forgiveness where you can then move on with your life and attract the right love. So let's see what the astrology has to say, Virgo. So yeah, this month you have a new moon in their 6th house. That's the house of healing, of health, and also work. Saturn is conjunct this new moon. So you're working really hard. You have a lot on your plate this month. It's squaring Uranus in the 9th house. So if you're having to learn new skills, you might be really busy. Maybe you're taking a class, or you're learning new skills, or you're teaching, learning, traveling even. The 9th house represents long distance travel, higher education. And Uranus there is shaking that up. So there might be some new opportunities coming in that require you to travel or to learn new skills. So your focus, the work has been really taking a lot out of you this month. Or if it's not work, it could be a health issue where you have to really be more disciplined and take better care of yourself. Uranus is trining Venus in the 5th. You have a lot of 5th house energy. So this month is really about romance. You could have a new beginning, because new moons always are new energy, planting a new seed. And it could start off as a romance. The 5th house represents romance. It also represents creative self-expression and children. So it could be a new beginning around children. It could be a new beginning with a new romance for those of you who are not connected with someone. Venus is in your 5th house. So Venus brings love and money. Mercury and Pluto are in your 5th house. That's intensity. Pluto brings transformation. Mercury is communication. Watch how you're communicating with your kids. Don't come on too strong. Or even a new lover. You might be too bossy, or you might be too intense. I mean, you want to talk about issues, but you don't want to be like the bully, And you have Mars in the 5th. Mars in the 5th could bring an affair, sexual encounter. Mars rules sex and anger. Sex, anger, and aggression. So depending on how you're expressing the energy, you could be having a lot of sex, a new beginning. You could be expressing your anger. If you've been repressing it for a long time, you could finally speak up. Or it could mean, if you're not in a relationship, you're going to put a lot of energy into meeting someone and starting to date again, if you haven't dated in a while. And Mars in your 5th is sextile Jupiter. You've got Jupiter in the 7th. And Jupiter, now that it moved into Pisces, is going to be in your 7th house this year. So if you're looking for love, or you're looking for the right partner, Jupiter can bring a positive relationship your way. But I feel like you still have some toxic ties from the past that you have to clear up before you can bring this new person in that can bring you financial stability. Usually Jupiter in the 7th brings a wealthy partner, or someone who offers security, someone who's not financially, having problems. So, and someone very optimistic, very positive, someone who, brings positive energy into your relationships. So romance is definitely on. And you have the potential, especially with Jupiter in the 7th, to connect with someone. Like if you're starting something new this month with someone, it has the potential to lead to marriage down the road. But this person may want to take things slow, because you have the Knight of Pentacles here. That's slow energy. They don't rush into it. Like in the past, you might have met someone, it was like hot and heavy, and you got engaged in 3 months, and you were married in a year. That's not this person. This person is very careful. They may, So I think this person might be more compatible with you than any past relationship. And then Mercury is in your 5th house. It's been retrograde, so there could have been some misunderstandings or missed connections with a relationship where you're not getting each other, you're not communicating, you're not connecting, they don't understand where you're coming from. You're trying to communicate, you can't get them, they're not there, or the phone rings and they're not there, whatever. Mercury goes direct on the 3rd. That's going to help, things are going to start to move. So you might hear if you haven't heard from someone, you're waiting for them to contact you, you might hear from them after Mercury goes direct. And then we have the full moon in Leo on the 16th. And that's in your 12th house. 12th and 6th. It's affecting the 12th and 6th house. Those are psychological houses. Those are health houses. So the moon in the 12th, whenever there's a full moon, it brings things to surface. So it shines a light on things. So if there have been things that have been hidden, maybe somebody at work working against you behind the scenes, or even your own psychological blocks, or even a health issue that you weren't aware of, it may come to the surface now, and you might be finally seeing it. And now, once you see it, you know how to deal with it, and then you can fix it. So that's a good thing. So you might be working on some psychological issues. You might be working on, getting a better health regimen, like taking better care of yourself, maybe not working so hard, less stress. You have the North Node in the 9th house. That's really wanting you. The North Node is telling you, if you want security, especially financial security, or if you're looking for a relationship, you may need to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your local environment, and start connecting with people that are different than you. And don't be afraid of connecting with someone that's not like the boy next door or the girl next door, or someone that you have to break the pattern of your relationships and try something different. Try something unique. And it may feel like uncomfortable at first because you're not used to that, but I think it could bring you what you want if you go with it. Especially because this North Node is trining Pluto in the 5th house. So there could be some fated meetings, fated connections, where you're finding someone, and it could be an earth sign. You could be connecting with another earth sign, maybe even a Taurus. But I don't want to, narrow it down that much. Taurus, but it could be, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Those are the earth signs. But whoever you're connecting with, it could be a really intense connection where they really transform your life in a big way. Venus and Mars are coming together in the 5th house. Those are the cosmic lovers. So I wouldn't be surprised if the sparks don't fly this month. And if you're already in a committed partnership, you could have a renewal of your love. Bring more romance and more fun into your life. Maybe, you decide to work less and to play more. And it changes your relationship in that way, where you're having more fun together. It could also represent a new beginning with your children. Something something is happening with your children. Maybe there's a birth in the family. Again, Jupiter in the 7th is sextile Uranus in the 9th. So there could be some surprises, some surprise opportunities coming out of the 9th house activities, which is long distance travel, communication. Maybe they're a website or a marketing project that's reaching a global market. Maybe you've decided to reach out and communicate to a different market. Or if you're looking in a romantic kind of thing, so it could work two ways. You might be connecting with a partner that's different than you culturally. Maybe they have a different belief system. If you're making a business connection, it could be that you're creating this plan that goes beyond your local environment, that reaches out to areas, like globally. So you might be selling on a global market. So whatever's happening, it could be exciting. Whenever we have a new moon, the new moon always brings it's a chance to plant new seeds. So with the new moon in your 6th house, you might be changing the way you see your work, the work that you do. There could be a new job opportunity or a new way, especially because 6th house is health. You might decide, you know what, I've been working too hard. I need to, lighten up and take care of my health and take care, maybe change my diet, maybe get more exercise, try to reduce the stress in my life, because it's going to affect your health if you overwork yourself. You can't beat yourself, take on too much, then it will affect your health. So schedule downtime as much as you schedule work time. But this month, there could be some surprising new beginnings that may have you getting out of your comfort zone to embrace them, but they will end in a positive way. And you might be reconnecting with some people, might surprise you. You might hear from some people you haven't talked to, relationships that were, maybe some of them have been problematic. But there is one person, I feel like this Knight of Pentacles, that could be the calm person that comes into your life that helps you get rid of all the toxic relationships you've been wasting your time on. So that's my my forecast for this month. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. It helps the channel. And if you'd like a private reading, since this is general, it may not apply to everyone. So take what applies, leave the rest. But if you want one that's just focused on you and your issues, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you for your support. Have a wonderful, have a happy, Mercury is really screwing with me today. Have a happy Halloween, listen to me. Valentine's Day, okay. Have a wonderful Valentine's. Have a wonderful February filled with love and abundance, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.